everyone, this is Charu, legal intern at Lexis and Company. This video is about corporate fraud. Let's start this video with the criminal liability. It is very difficult to define corporate criminal liability in the present day scenario because it covers wide range of offenses. But for understanding its purpose, it can be defined as an illegal act or commission punishable by criminal sanction committed by an individual or a group of individuals in the course of their occupation. It can be even defined as socially injurious acts committed in course of occupations by people who are managing the affairs of the company to further their business interest. Now, coming to the jurisprudence of criminal liability, just as India is seeking to battle the scourge of corruption in its governance, it is being hit by a spate of large scale corporate corruption scandals which have brought into sharp focus the role of India's corporate sector in the problem of corruption in India. In this context, to fix liability for corruption and bribery offences, it becomes relevant to examine criminal liability not just an individual director or agents of a corporation but also of the company itself. The basic rule of criminal liability revolves around the basic Latin maxim actus non facit rem nisi mens sit rea. It means that to make one liable, it must be shown that act or omission has been done which was forbidden by law and has been done with guilty mind. The Indian Penal Code 1860, which although not exhaustive, is the general substantive criminal legislation of the land. It applies to all persons having a certain territorial connection with India. Instances of criminal liability of corporations can be found in sections 45, 63, 68, 70 clause 5, 203 etc. of the Indian Companies Act, wherein only the officials of the company are held liable and not the company itself. It is also reflected through the Takeover Code. The various sections of the Indian Penal Code that direct compulsory imprisonment does not take a corporate into account since such a sanction cannot work against the corporation. These are the major statutes in their respective field that are devoid of necessary legal aspects. On the other hand, the law has also developed to an extent with regard to certain other statutes and their respective penal provisions wherein a fine has been imposed on the corporations when they are found to be guilty. Some such examples are Section 141 of the Negotiable Instruments Act in the year 1862, Section 7 Essential Commodities Act, Section 276B of the Income Tax Act. Under statutory provisions of the Indian law, the liability prescribed, at least for economic or strict liability offences committed by the company, is threshold. As per the express provisions of the statutes, firstly, the person who was in charge of and was responsible of the company for the conduct of its business is held liable unless he can prove that the offence was committed without his knowledge or despite his exercising due diligence to prevent the offence. Secondly, if it is proved that an offence under such statutes has been committed with the consent or connivance of or is attributable to neglect on the part of a director, manager, secretary or other officer of the company, such individual shall also be held liable. Lastly, the company of course is held liable, irrespective whether any individual is pinned with liability too. The law on corporate criminal liability is, however, not confined to the general criminal law in the penal code, but it is in fact scattered over a plethora of statutes with specific provisions for the same. Mens rea is an essential element for majority, if not all, of offences that would entail imprisonment or other penalty for its violation. Zee Telefilms Limited versus Sahara India Company Corporate Limited. In the court decided a complaint filed against Zee under section 500 of IPC. The complaint alleged that Zee had telecasted a program based on falsehood and thereby defamed Sahara India. The court held that mens rea was one of the essential elements of the offence of criminal defamation and that a company could not have the requisite mens rea. Recently, the Supreme Court of India, through a landmark judgment, Iridium India Telecom Limited versus Motorola Incorporated and others, has added a new dimension to the jurisprudence relating to corporate criminal liability in India with respect to offences requiring mens rea or criminal intent, holding that despite being a legal fiction, a company can be said to possess mens rea required to commit a crime. Further, in India, confusion prevails as to whether a company can be convicted of an offence where the punishment prescribed by the statute is imprisonment and fine. However, after few cases, the 41st Law Commission gave a report suggesting amendment in the penal provisions and providing for substituting of imprisonment with fine in case of offender being a body corporate. But the authorities are till date sitting on that report and no such changes have been made to the penal legislation. So that's it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to like this video, comment your feedbacks and subscribe to Let's Click for more legal stuff.